So here it is, Professor Shoemaker. This is a presentation on logical operations. This is the first part, and I'll give you the concepts on it. So what are logical operations? Well, let's first think about data types. Excel has several different data types available. There's numeric that you're already familiar with. This holds numbers and dollars and so on. Text, like a label on a column, sales for 2012. Dates, we've looked at those a little bit, but they're a unique data type. So there's three of them, numeric, text, and date, and we're going to add one more to that list, logical. Logical is kind of a funny data type. It has only two possible values, true and false. Okay? There are no other values, that's it. These correspond to the ones and zeros that you've probably heard that computers work on. And so in this topic, we get a little bit closer to geekiness than we do anywhere else in the course. Now, something that confuses students sometimes is that true and false are actual values. They're like a 1 and a 2, or an A and a B. They are not text. They're never in quotes, so we never type, true in quotes. We just type the word true and are done with it. Whoops, went too far. So, so how do we use this dumb thing with only trues and falses? Well, we use it to answer questions. We phrase questions in yes or no form, and then we use that in our program to do various kinds of processing, or our Excel file, not a program. So are sales higher this year than last? Well, that's a yes-no question. Is Judy 21 or older? Yes-no question. Is the interest rate more than 3.5%? Also a yes-no question. So all kinds of questions can be put into a yes-no form, and that's what this data type is for, to process questions like that. So let's go on and take a look at our Excel file for this example. Let me go change it. Here we go. Okay. First of all, take a look at these cells over here. In this case, they actually has the word true or false. And if you just pick some cell, like this one right next to it, and type true, and hit enter in it, it will translate it to uppercase automatically because the values are in uppercase. You don't have to type them that way. No matter how you type it, it's going to be put into uppercase. And when you do that, Excel is recognizing this as a logical data type. So how do we actually use these things? Well, we use them to ask questions by mathematical comparison. So look, here's an English question. Is 4 equal to 3 plus 1? We can put that into what's called a logical expression. So look at this expression up here. We have an equal sign like we do at the beginning of all formulas. Then we have 4, but the operator in the middle is an equal sign. That means we're comparing the thing on the left of the equal sign, the 4, to the thing on the right of the equal sign, the 1 plus 3. Well, so the question in English is 4 equal to 1 plus 3? The answer is true. It is. So we get the value true back as the answer to that question, just as if we'd added 1 to 3 and got the value of 4 back. Is 3 less than 2? Well, we can put that into a form like this, with the question being the form of a less than symbol. So what's going on here is we shape a formula that asks a question. Instead of using an arithmetic operator by plus or minus or multiply or divide, we use what's called a relational operator. Now, there are 6 of them, really in 3 groups: equal, not equal, greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal. And here's a logical expression that processes these two. So I can write an expression like this. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, is this cell equal to that cell? No, they're not. Is D17 equal to E17? No, I get a false. Not equal. I can say, is this 2 not equal to that 5? That's true. They are not equal. You can see how it goes from there. Is this cell, oops, I have to start with an equal sign because it's a formula. Is this cell greater than that cell? And so on down the list. I'm not going to type them all. You can experiment yourself. So, back to the PowerPoint. There are 6 logical operations. I just mentioned them, so that's what you need to memorize. You use these things, and here are the symbols for them, the mathematical symbols that we'll put into formula. You use these things to frame a yes-no question along the way. The formula has this operator in the middle, which means to compare. Same thing with not equal, greater than, less than, and so on. Okay? That operator plays a role like the addition operator or the subtraction or so on. And logical operations always result in values of true or false. There are no other values possible. So that's it for this intro to the concepts. Go on with the other videos where we talk about some of the logical functions.